Many teachers leave their home countries and travel to Thailand on a tourist visa with the hope of landing a job. Unfortunately, when they get here, the 90 days usually runs out without these teachers being able to secure a job. As a consequence, they overstay their visa, and this causes confusion and general frustration, which may lead to some of them traveling back home. And for those that are daredevils, they have the guts to stay within the kingdom and see how to survive. What could be the main reason why some of these teachers could not secure jobs on time? Is it that they run out of luck? Or it's just an aspect of wrong strategies? However the case, today's video set out to discuss the best strategies to look for a job in order not to overstay your visa. Keep watching to find out. Welcome back. Teachers often end up having overstay even though they arrive the kingdom with a 90-day tourist visa. A lot of reasons could be blamed as to why they were unable to secure a job on time. However, the way you look for a job can hugely determine if you will be successful or not. What exactly have you got to do to secure that teaching job on time and avoid overstaying your visa? There are three things I'll discuss here. The first one has to do with your CV. When you arrive the country, you are a rookie, you are new to the kingdom. Likewise, you are new to the field of teaching within Thailand. Therefore, you have to upgrade your CV. You are not only upgrading your CV, but you have to fine-tune the CV. By fine-tuning, I mean like you taking out certain points like salary expectation. When you mention a certain amount of salary that you are expecting, this may go negatively because an employer may think you are either overpricing yourself or you're presenting yourself at a cheaper rate, which downplays on your quality. Keep your salary expectation out of the whole picture. The next aspect you have to consider on your CV is for you to update your recent employment and state what position you've held in relation to the teaching job within the kingdom. For example, if you intend to look for a teaching job within primary, it will be great for you to mention a position you held back home, teaching elementary or primary kids. Work on all these little aspects on your CV, and again you need to include a picture on your CV, and of course your contact within the kingdom since you've arrived in a new country, perhaps a strange land, so you have to include your contact and make it much easier for an employer to get in touch with you. Let us assume you've already done that with your CV. Your CV is ready. What have you got to do to apply for the job? The first thing you have to do is to map out an area where you intend to work. This is where the mistake comes in. Many foreigners, especially those from Africa, you get into Thailand, what you do is you have someone pick you up and you end up spending the rest of your time with this person that received you. You end up spending time where this person is without being able to secure a job. No, that pickup should be at the level of you leaving the airport and having somewhere to relax, maybe for 1, 2, or 3 days, maximum 1 week. You should start mapping out plans on how to look for a job. How do you do this? Let us assume that somebody picks you up from Bangkok and the person is within Bangkok. What you have to do is you need to decide what level do you want to teach. You can't just leave it broad like that. It makes it much more difficult. Decide on what level you want to teach. Let's again assume you want to teach primary. Then you've decided what level you want. What you need to do is to look for primary schools within Bangkok. Map out the area. Bangkok is a big metropolitan city, so you have to map out the area where exactly you want to work. Once you've done that, you may decide that, okay, for this day, I will set out to visit maybe 3 or 5 schools. Write the names of these schools on your jotter. Take it out. Get a taxi or motorbike. Make sure this taxi driver or motorcyclist take you to each of these schools for you to drop your application. If you have a personal means of transportation, use it. That is fine. I emphasize on this because there is huge advantage for you to apply for job in person. I'll Give you two examples. When you apply for job in person, your possibility of you having an immediate approval is high, because when you get there, if you're lucky to meet the director on desk with other workers in school, decision makers, when they read through your file and they are enticed by what you've got to offer, they will interview you there on spot, and they will give you the job if they find you qualified or fit for the position, as compared to email application where you have to wait over a long period of time. Another advantage of you applying in person is about your whole personality. Thailand is an amazing culture. Like, they believe in appearance, saving face. If you're well dressed, you look smart, and you get there, that is the first step. When those Thais look at you and they are attracted to your personality, they will definitely wish to give you that job, as opposed to email where they don't get to see you in person. But when you go in as a walk-in applicant, they will see you, and physically they will understand that you're fit to handle this position. Therefore, it's important for you to try to move around and deposit your application. Map out a particular region where you want to apply. Let's say you applied within Bangkok and it's not working, maybe after 1 or 2 weeks. Change location. Go to another province. You shouldn't be worried that you don't know anybody in Thailand. It's your first time in Thailand. No. As long as you have the finance, take a van or an airplane, travel to the next city that you might find attractive. For whatsoever reason, go over the internet, read. There are lots of information you'll find on the internet. So let us assume you leave Bangkok. Perhaps you decide to move to, let's say, Khon Kaen. Go there, book a hotel space, stay there, perform the same strategy. Map out schools within that area. Do photocopies of your CV and application file. Take it and go to those schools and apply in person. The chances of you having this job is much more higher as compared to email application. The second aspect I want to emphasize you do when you're looking for a job is you networking with friends, groups. This is one aspect that most newcomers into the kingdom fail to do. It's normal that once you get here at that primary stage, you barely know people. But of course, it's of common knowledge that there are other nationalities here within the kingdom. It doesn't matter where you are. Search on social media like Facebook to look for experts within the kingdom. There are a lot of pages that advertise jobs. Go there. Look for jobs that have been posted. Read the information. Copy out the email and apply. Get the phone number and call. If you're opportune to know so many people within the kingdom, talk to them. That is networking. Sell yourself to them. Let them know that you need a job. There is no need for you to sit and you're shy to express yourself. Network. Call as much as you can. Talk to friends. Go to those social media groups. Advertise yourself that you are looking for a job. And I bet you have job as early as possible, and you wouldn't stand the risks of overstaying your visa. These 2 points are very important. One, applying in person by mapping out the area where you intend to work. Look for schools there and go to apply. And two, networking, contacting friends, joining social media groups where you can have the opportunity to see job adverts. And the last aspect is the online application, which we all know about. Some people feel too lazy to go out and look for a job. They would rather sit and maybe use their mobile phones or laptop to apply for a job, which is not really effective in itself. You think of website like NDANGOH'S, for example. This is one of the best websites in Thailand. It contains a lot of job adverts. In fact, 95% of employers within the kingdom advertise jobs on this website. But your chances of you landing a job is quite slim, especially if you're a non-native speaker. Not to talk of the salary on offer that might upset you eventually. Applying for positions using NDANGOH'S is like carrying water in basket, because there is little or no expectation. Why waste time doing that? I would say maybe 1 out of 10 applicants may be lucky to have a job on NDANGOH'S. Otherwise, do not waste time there. Step out, apply in person. Network, call people. Applying over agent.com should be your last resource, to be quite honest. There are very few cases where people are lucky. Another trick that I will tell you, instead of you wasting time to send email through agent.com, look at those schools. If you are close to the area, copy the name of the school and the email. Go there in person and apply for the job. Why? These jobs are being advertised by third parties. They are not the mouthpiece or the voice of the school, and sometimes they change the requirements to make, change the requirement to meet up their benefit, because as a business organization, they need to make profit. For example, if it's a language center, they will go for a native speaker because schools will pay higher salary as opposed to a non-native. But if you go to that school in person, you might be surprised that you end up having the job because the employers are open-minded. They don't pay much attention on nationality. These are the things you've got to do. Avoid wasting your time on the internet, because this is one of the reasons why many of you end up having overstay. Go out, I repeat, look for a job, apply in person, call your friends, talk with them, plead with them to help you, and of course you wouldn't find yourself overstaying your visa. Thanks for watching, and I hope this point helps you or that friend of yours or family member who intends to come to Thailand and work here as a teacher. See you next time. Bye-bye.